Anyway, I didn't finish my story about the old timer and talking about the two round caves going in side by side, which is very strange in itself, because unless maybe there's two veins right next to each other, but I've come across that three times now. Um, but anyway, so when I was in Fish Creek Canyon, and I was on a plateau on one side of the canyon, and I was looking across, and then I seen those two caves going in. There was like that canyon's really rugged, and the uh, so anyway, it was a bear just getting farting around in that canyon, and then getting up onto the one plateau, and then looking across and then seeing those caves. It was just by happenstance that I seen them. Um, but that was probably 20 years ago. Never been back there since. And when I met that old timer that told me about that, because he spent a lot of time searching and trying to find him. So it wasn't till many years later when that old timer told me that. And oh, look at that. Oh, I don't think that's anything, but some of these you can cut. Oh, yeah, myself. So rocks like this, sometimes these are geodes. You cut them open, and then it's yeah, a geode. So anyway, the old timer told me that you know to look out for that, and um, yeah, and I've never been back in that canyon since. And now you can't even go down in that canyon because it's all closed off now. You can't go down that road anymore, and the state or the government or whatever put up a big gate, big lock gate, and you can't go down there anymore. And they claim that it was because of a landslide. Oh, God, that was probably 10 years ago. And, you know, most highway departments or whatever, if there's a landslide, you get out the big excavators and everything, and you get the shit out of the way and you open the road up again. Plus the fact that used to be one of the most scenic drives in America. So there's the conspiracy part of me that thinks that no, there's something else going on. Yeah, um, because I've heard some stories about that there's actually, and this gets weird, and people be like, oh yeah, whatever. But that there's a government facility or military base or whatever um, out here, and yeah, for them to permanently close that road, one of the most scenic drives in America, to permanently close it forever and not allow people back in that space, that 30-mile section or whatever, going all the way up to Roosevelt Lake. Yeah, it just seems pretty suspicious, pretty sus, as the kids would say. Yeah, but yeah, and I was out here after they closed it because I was talking to a lady at Tortilla Flats, uh, the bar and restaurant, after they closed it because, however many years ago, one of the bartenders there, and she's like, yeah, no, she said there's something else going on, um, and I was out here one night after they closed it and kind of looking, and I seen, yeah, some weird lights and whatnot uh, going on down in that canyon. So they're probably building something or making an entrance to something, or maybe not, but yeah, just very suspicious why they would permanently close that road. Yeah, but yeah, so I'd never been back down in that canyon again to to look for those two round caves after that old timer told me that story. You know, that was kind of one of his things, bucket list, you know, deals that he was trying to, one of these areas he was trying to find his whole life. And here I actually found them before the old man told me the story. And I didn't say anything to him, you know, because I was just like in my head like, huh, wait a minute, what? But anyway, that's that.